Hello YouTube. I know it's been a while. It's because of this. Or, wait, hold on. Let me fix that in a second. And look, it's fancy now. It's also later in the day. It's close to cat supper time because she's yelling at me. But this is why I haven't been doing much YouTube, because I need to get my place clean. Here, I will bring it closer. So this is my fancy counter now. I wiped it. Actually, I wiped it with this. It's a Mr. Clean Magic Sheet. It does so well. I still have dishes to do. Don't mind the dishes. But my counter is nice and clean. All the way up to there. Just need to toss that before I clean it. My floor is looking better. It's not perfect, but it's good. I don't know why that's out of recycling. There's a cat. Aqua, you want dinner, right? Yes. I cleaned up in her area. I had to put the thing away still. But I've been working on my kitchen, except for the paper towels on the floor. It's pretty good. I'm also working on my living room. You can't really see it. Living room's getting there. I was gonna vacuum before making dinner. That's why it's out. Do some vacuuming. Then my living room will be a little better. And then next to be working on the bathroom and stuff. But it's getting there. I'm getting better. I'll just leave that light on. But getting better. Things are getting better. That's why I haven't YouTubed. Oh look, wall change and shirt change because it's another day. So I explained why I haven't been doing YouTube for a bit, because of having to get my apartment nice and clean, because YouTube is fun. YouTube is fun for me. It's not a job yet. Maybe one day it will be a job. But since it's not a job and it's just fun, and well, I like to help and like educate people, but it's still fun. Apartment first, then YouTube. So this video is going to be another one of my milestone videos, because I had a recent milestone of taking myself to the hospital. So this video is going to be that. As the title says, this milestone is a hospital visit. Normally when I go to the hospital, I get my mother to take me, because it's a stressful place and everything else, so I'd usually bring her with me. Or, well, make her drive me to the hospital. But this time, it was a Friday back in July, and during work I was feeling it almost felt like like heartburn, whatever. Turns out it wasn't heartburn, but I had this like pain. I was like, okay, I'm just gonna keep working, see if it goes away. And I thought it did at first. I went and got my coffee that I normally do after work, and I got home, made food, had my coffee, and probably around like 9-10ish, I started feeling even worse. Now, when I feel bad, I usually try and like get through it. Try and kind of like push through it, because I don't really want to bother anybody. But this time it was probably about 5 hours or so of me going through that pain that I figure maybe I should call somebody. I don't like calling 911 because I always think maybe it'll go away, or someone could be dying and I'd be like taking them away from someone important, whatever. It was about 4 in the morning when I called 911 finally. 5 hours of just being in pain and everything else. I wasn't a fan. I did start feeling a little better, but I still called, and right away, some people do this, some people don't. Right away, I told them I have autism. So, well, my exact words, I believe, were, I have autism. It might take me a while to answer all your questions. Lady on the other line was like, oh no, that's fine, that's okay. And she kind of did a 180 of how she spoke to me and everything else. And she was calm, collected and everything, and she just asked questions. I answered them. And then she said the ambulance was on the way. It's like, okay. I didn't hear any sirens because, well, it wasn't really a super emergency. And then when they got there, she's like, okay, they should be there. We hung up. I was waiting. Then my phone rang again, and I looked. It was from Wallsburg. It's like, okay, should I pick this up? I don't know what it would be. Picked it up, and apparently it was the 911 operator again, saying they're there, but they can't get in. Sure enough, they went to the other building. Which, okay, my building's like right on the corner of a street, and I told them I'm right on the corner. Apparently, right on the corner doesn't mean right on the corner for some people. Whatever. So I went in, I got up, went outside, met them outside, and I would assume that the operator told them that I was autistic because the way they spoke to me was a lot different than what someone would normally talk to somebody. Like in stressful situations, though, I would hope that they'd talk to everybody as they did to me. But as they strapped me in, they were asking me questions, and I like to give a lot of info that is not really needed. But that's because of my Asperger's. That's my autism little quirk, I guess, is I'll answer a question, but then I'll keep going. They listened to it all, whatever. They got their questions in and everything else. And then when we got to the hospital, I actually told them, and even the person who was triaging me, that it's 4 in the morning. I would have called my mother, but I didn't want to bother her at 4 in the morning. So I took the ambulance. And when I was there, of course, I'm mask exempt, and because of COVID and everything else, they still want you wearing a mask. So because of being mask exempt, I tried my best to deal with the mask and everything. And I pretty much figured that if I had any problems with the mask, I was in the perfect place. If anything would happen, if I got dizzy, whatever, because of the mask, I just had to stand up out of the little area that they gave me, go out through the little curtains and go, hey, I'm having problems, because I was in the hospital. But the biggest thing with that visit was the mask. I was there for a total of 8 hours, and I had a mask on. That is the longest that I've had a mask on, and didn't have really any problems. But again, I was in the hospital, so if anything would have happened, I was in the perfect spot. But yeah, I was there by myself. Big old milestone for going to the hospital by myself. Being there by myself. Went through the blood test. Went through ultrasound, a couple of other things, the regular tests that they do for you and everything. And I was by myself. I didn't have my mother there. I did message my mother probably around 7, 8 in the morning, I think, to let her know that I was in the hospital because of having pains during the night. And she came and fed my cat for me. It happened to be about 30 minutes before they actually let me out. But the hospital visit with just letting them know that I had autism, I think made it a lot easier because they already knew. So they kind of came up to me differently, spoke to me a little different, which really helped. But having the ability to go to the hospital on my own is huge. Because my mother's not going to be around forever. And I don't know if family members would really want to drive me places. I don't want to rely on people all the time. So being able to do that by myself is fantastic. And I know now that if I need to call 911, they have no problem coming in and checking me out. And if I had actually called previously before for someone's smoke alarm going off like crazy. And I remember that the fireman actually came up to my door. Even though it was a false alarm, they thanked me for calling. So even if it's a false alarm, they just want to make sure you're okay. Because there's other people like driving around and everything that can go to like emergencies and stuff. So I am very proud of myself for making that milestone. I think that's actually, that might be all about my milestone. Probably, yeah. Oh, also, yeah, for the hospital visit and stuff, I found out 2 weeks later at my doctor's that I have sludge on my gallbladder. So that's some other adventures that I'll be going on soon. But that's it for the hospital visit. Kind of short and sweet. I've got some other milestones that I'm going to be filming next couple days. Ones that I got like years ago, but I still want to film them and like explain them and stuff. But yeah, if you liked my vid, give it a like, subscribe if you want to see more. Doing some like fun videos and milestone videos and educational videos and whatnot and whatever. And yeah, that's it. Be all good. Bye bye.